They are titans of strength, the most powerful athletes on earth. And they have gathered in Texas to compete for the richest prize purse in the sport of strongman. Classic tests of steel, iron, and wood await. The defending champion looks to keep his crown, while two of the best in the world hope to start a new reign. Giants are set to collide in the Lone Star State. This is the 2023 Rogue Invitational. Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. For the third straight year, the top strongman athletes in the world have gathered here to compete at the 2023 Rogue Invitational. And for the second straight year, we kick things off with that. The Tower of Power, the first of 6 events in the strongman competition. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Lawrence Chalet, and as I mentioned, this is the second straight year that we have opened up with this event. What are you most excited to see here over the next 30 or so minutes?
Oh, we are starting with a true power test. The deadlift, always an event that these athletes want to win. Trey Mitchell did the most out of the athletes that are competing this year, so exciting to see what shape he's in. But we've got a whole host of athletes that want to win the deadlift.
The weather has been a big story here on site all week long. That will be monitored, and if any changes need to be made, athletes will be given as much advance notice as possible to ensure that we have a safe and a fair competition. There are 5 total events here for the strongmen at the 2023 Rogue Invitational, and this field is stacked with talent. Alexei Novikov is your defending Rogue Invitational champion. He'll have to fend off 2 former World's Strongest Men for the gold medal. Tom Stoltman, he's the 2-time World's Strongest Man, and Mitchell Hooper, 2023 World's Strongest Man. He also won the Arnold earlier this year. And don't count out newcomer Evan Singleton. This guy is hungry to add some hardware to his collection this weekend. These 10 men will be faced with an implement that they first saw last year. Event 1 is the Tower of Power. Athletes will have 60 seconds to lift 900 pounds as many times as they can. Kiki Dixon is down on the competition floor with more on this opening event.
This event matters for a lot of reasons, right? Not only the points up for grabs, but it also determines their seeding for the next event, the Iron Bowl, which no one has done before. Better seeding means that you get to sit back, watch the other strongmen go, and take some notes.
Thank you, Kiki. Let's talk about keys to this opening event here, Laws.
This event it's a true test of power. We're talking leg strength, back strength, making sure your hips are locked out. Really starting the contest off with the strongman event. You know, these athletes, they love to win a deadlift. It's bragging rights behind scenes. It's an event that everyone wants to be the best at.
Here's your start list for the opening event. Mateusz Kieliszkowski will start things off with defending champion Alexei Novikov up after that. 2 men to watch will be right behind him. Mitchell Hooper, he'll be going 3rd, and Tom Stoltman right behind him in 4th. The event is already underway, and Mateusz Kieliszkowski did not have the start he was looking for. He was unable to lift a 900-pound bar and will start his weekend with a 0. The next man up is Alexei Novikov. And Laws, it's strange to have a defending champion who's not the favorite.
Such a strong performance at the Rogue last year, and he's the only athlete that's competed in every single strongman competition at the Rogue Invitational.
Had that impressive performance on the Sear Bell, won that event, and now looking to start things off here with a solid showing in the Tower of Power.
Still only 27 years old as well. He's achieved so much in his young career. Still time to add plenty of titles to what he's already won.
Getting some final instructions from the judges before he will grab hold of that bar. 60 seconds for max reps here.
So the athletes are using these straps to attach themselves to the bar. This isn't about grip strength on this. They want to focus on back and leg strength.
And Novikov has his time started.
There we go, the first rep that we've seen so far today. Solid second rep there for Alexei Novikov. He's looking good, getting into a nice rhythm. Perfect positioning there. Nice solid lockout. Gets the down signal. So last year, Alexei got 9 repetitions. What can he do this year? He's on 6 so far. Thick leather belt just to protect that lower back. Straps so he doesn't have to worry about the grip strength. Then it's all about driving hard into the floor with the legs, pulling with the back at the same time. And 6 repetitions is our lead after 2 athletes.
Good start for our defending Rogue Invitational champion. 6 good reps. And it looked like once he found that groove, he was able to move that pretty efficiently.
Yeah, he's a very technical lifter, Alexei is. Very well trained. He has, he's one of those, just make sure the movement patterns are practiced over and over again. When he gets into that rhythm, he's flying. I think Alexei's going to be happy with this start.
6 reps for the defending Rogue Invitational champion, but 8 men remain who will look to take down that score. When we return, 2 winners of the World's Strongest Man face the Tower of Power. Mitchell Hooper and Tom Stoltman are next as action continues at the 2023 Rogue Invitational.
The 2023 Rogue Invitational Strongman on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Rogue, Don't Weaken, and by Go Ruck. We build the world's toughest gear.
Action continues here at the 2023 Rogue Invitational inside Dell Diamond Stadium in Round Rock, Texas. Event 1 for the strongmen is the Tower of Power. 60 seconds to lift 900 pounds as many times as they can. So far, 2 men have taken on the challenge, and it's your defending champion, Alexei Novikov, who has the score to beat with 6 successful lifts. Next man up is Mitchell Hooper. He debuted in 2022, where he finished 8th at the World's Strongest Man Finals. That is the last time that he has not stood on the podium at a competition.
Mitch Hooper, he managed 8 repetitions on this last year, so let's see what shape his deadlifting is in.
Mitch Hooper trying to go after Alexei Novikov's mark of 6 good reps here.
He's got a very serious look on his face this year. Normally, Mitch is a bit more jovial and joking about. He seems here and ready for business. First event. The Tower of Power.
And we are underway. And that first one is no problem for Mitch Hooper.
Very similar to Alexei Novikov. You see that there's almost like a tiny sticking point just around the knee, and then he maintains that power and just the rep pops up. Already up to 4, looking good. Down signal from the referee.
And this to tie Novikov at 6, and now for the lead. And Hooper has it.
Good reps here by Mitch Hooper. Trying to get the crowd involved. He wants some help. Using the time to his advantage. He's not rushing. He knows 1 more rep is going to be big.
Not able to get
quite
it.
there.
Of course, the blood coming out the nose. We're used to seeing that from Mikhail Shivlikov, who was not here. Could have his signature. And that's how hard these guys are working.
7 repetitions there for Mitch Hooper. Puts himself into the lead. Again, great positioning from Mitch. The back is in a nice solid position. He's driving hard with the legs. Hips pop through. You've just got to really stick with it. Keep pulling hard, and then eventually, if you're strong enough, it will pop up.
Mitch Hooper looking to keep that podium streak alive here at the Rogue Invitational. Is now your leader, though, but still plenty of men to go. Tom Stoltman will be up next.
He's looking very, very powerful. I saw him compete last weekend. Looked like a man possessed. He is focused. He's hungry again. And he's in fantastic form. I'm expecting to see some good numbers from the Big Scot.
Tom Stoltman making his 2nd appearance at the Rogue Invitational. 2021 was the last time we saw him compete here. He finished 2nd overall. and won the Giants Live World Tour Finals. Here goes Stoltman.
There we go, first rep. Again, you can just see that little momentary pause after the pull. They have to stay tight, keep pulling hard, and Tom is looking good. Just slowing down a little there on the 4th rep, but he's still with a good rep. Closing in on Alexei Novikov's target of 6.
Stoltman getting hung up here at 4.
He's the tallest athlete by a long, long way. And 19 inches, which is the height that we're pulling from, is a very rare height that we see athletes pulling from. Normally, you're looking at either 9 inches, which is a standard deadlift from the floor, or 18 inches.
And Tom is going to call it after 4 reps.
I did expect a little bit better there from Tom. His deadlifting has been very good all year. It's a really nice first few reps. You can see the shaking at the top. This bar is hard. And I think that's something we see with Tom. He's either extremely powerful, or it's kind of like the gas just kind of goes completely. Tom's one of those, he just makes it look easy until he hits empty.
4 reps won't be enough to set the top mark. 6 more men still waiting for their chance to take on the Tower of Power. Up next, 2 men hoping to challenge for the overall win will face the Tower of Power. The T-Rex, Evan Singleton, and the man known as Big Tex, Trey Mitchell. The 2023 Rogue Invitational continues after this. The opening event for the Strongman here at the 2023 Rogue Invitational in Round Rock, Texas continues. Tower of Power, 60 seconds to lift 900 pounds as many times as they can. During the break, Luke Stoltman was only able to get 1 good rep. But through 5 athletes, the top score still belongs to Mitchell Hooper with 7 successful lifts. Trey Mitchell is the next man up, and I am sure that this guy is excited to take this on again.
Trey Mitchell hit 10 reps on this deadlift last year. He's a huge deadlift. He's a huge powerhouse, and he's coming into this contest bigger than we've ever seen before. He's up at over 400 pounds, walks around slowly, but then when it's time to compete, he's an absolute animal.
And that start in the Tower of Power really gave him the momentum that he needed to finish second to Alexei Novikov last year. That was an impressive performance from Trey Mitchell. 7 reps, still the best mark we've seen so far.
That'll be the target he'll be looking at. 8 reps will be in his head. Straps himself in. There's no rushing with Trey Mitchell. It's all methodical, all power. Like a tractor, just powerful. Maybe not the fastest athlete out there.
The clock has started, and Mitchell already rips through 1, and now he's through 2 reps.
These 3 reps moving really well as well. Powers through 4.
Now into 3rd place, trying to track down Alexei Novikov for 2nd. There it is.
And he still looks like he's got more in him. Just needs to not rush, focus on 2 more reps. He'll put himself into 1st place, and I think it's going to be very hard for any of the other athletes to match 8 reps.
And he has plenty of time.
That's 7 to match Mitch Hooper.
There's 7. This for the lead. And Trey Mitchell once again on the Tower of Power.
Just needs to stay
Gets the down
it.
signal, and he is your new leader.
And he knows Bobby Thompson's to come. He'll be the only guy I think he'll look at that think could potentially push that. But he's still trying another rep, and he's over the knees. Can he lock out? Oh.
Trey trying to do everything he can to get that last rep, and he is your new leader. 8 good reps for Big Tex here to open things up in the 2023 Rogue Invitational.
Trey showing he is here. He means business. Look how fast these first few were. If we weren't looking at his face, you'd say it was effortless. But you can see that face is kind of showing how hard he's working. But the speed on each pull, unbelievable. Great drive with the legs, good power through the glutes with the hips coming through. He's coming bigger than ever. He's looking powerful.
8 reps is now the best mark as Evan Singleton, the T-Rex, is coming up next, making his first appearance here at the Rogue Invitational.
Evan has had an amazing year, and he is such a fierce competitor. Just kind of stomping around. He is ready to go. Loves a deadlift. He's pulled 1,000 pounds from the floor on the conventional deadlift. And I would say, looking at the events, there's no obvious weakness for Evan in this competition. He's going to be a threat.
And he has his work cut out for him here, as he's going to need at least 8 reps to tie Trey Mitchell for first place.
I certainly expect him to get some reps. I would say he's going to be somewhere between the 4 and 6 of Tom Stoltman and Alexei Novikov. Very powerful. Usually starts off fast.
And there goes Evan Singleton.
Oh, he's just lost the balance there. He's not used to this bar. He needs to compose himself. This is where we kind of talk about he's a bit reckless at times. This pull you can't be so aggressive with. You kind of need to take that slack out the bar and then keep pulling hard towards the lockout. And he looks like he's just composing himself a bit.
2 good reps so far for Singleton.
You see he's trying to drive almost too hard with the legs and the hips are shooting up. He needs to be patient with this deadlift. It's not a deadlift that you can just blast off the floor. He's going to leave it there.
That's going to do it. Evan Singleton with 2 reps.
But look at that first rep. He was all over the place. Just way too aggressive on the initial pull. A bit more patient on the second one. But it's just not one of those deadlifts that you can. If it's from the floor, you can be like that. Especially with the deadlift suit, you can use that aggression and blast the weight off. But this type of pull, that lockout is so important. You need to maintain position.
Couldn't get this groove, so ended up calling it after just 2 good reps. 3 more men are still on the deck, and it might be hard to beat Trey Mitchell's score of 8 repetitions. After the break, the American Nightmare, Bobby Thompson, tries to track down Trey Mitchell's top score. We'll have his attempt next at the 2023 Rogue Invitational.
The 2023 Rogue Invitational Strongman on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by BTWB. Fitness is a journey. And by Rogue. Don't weaken.
The opening event of the 2023 Rogue Invitational is almost over. Welcome back to Dell Diamond Stadium in Round Rock, Texas. 9 men have taken on this formidable implement. During the break, Tom Evans was able to get 3 successful lifts at 900 pounds, while Maxime Boudreau unfortunately was unable to get any good reps. Trey Mitchell's score of 8 is still the mark to beat with 1 man remaining. Final athlete to take the floor is Bobby Thompson. His first appearance in the competition was last year when he took 6th overall.
This is an event that Bobby needs to get big points on. He's one of those athletes, has some exceptional events, has a couple of weaknesses as well. And he needs a good start on this one. Deadlifting is an event he loves. He'll be looking for a top 3 position for sure.
Final competitor out of the 10 and trying to beat Trey Mitchell's mark at 8 reps.
Bobby Thompson managed 8 repetitions on this implement last year. He's a very good deadlifter.
First rep looks fantastic for Bobby Thompson.
He's maintaining good positioning. He's not rushing. And it's 3 reps. Already tied with Tom Stoltman. There we go, up into 4th position now. Now he's got to be looking at Alexei Novikov 6. Goes up, gets the down signal. What does Bobby Thompson have left? He's got 6 reps. Can he match Mitch Hooper? Yes,
and he is able to get it. What an effort so far from Bobby Thompson.
Now he needs to use the time. If he uses this wisely, he can match Trey Mitchell's 8.
And that will tie, and he's going to call it. Great result for Bobby Thompson as he heads into an event that might not be one of his strengths, but this is a fantastic effort from the American Nightmare.
He's going to be exceptionally happy with that. He's been working very, very hard on this event. Perfect start there.
First couple of reps look fantastic. He really battled through those final reps to get that tie with Mitchell.
He did, you know, he's looking powerful, but sometimes it's a bit of a poker face. You're trying to kind of hide how hard it actually is. That was a big, big, solid result there to get 8 reps.
So well planned for Bobby Thompson, as he and Trey Mitchell will split the points for first and second place. Here are your event results, as Bobby Thompson and Trey Mitchell both rack up 8 reps. Mitchell Hooper will finish in third place. Alexei Novikov follows that with 6, and then Tom Stoltman able to hang on to a spot in the top 5 as Maxime Boudreau and Mateusz Kaliszkowski, the only 2 men to not get a good rep. Let's send it down to Kiki Dixon, who is with Trey Mitchell.
Trey, Bobby caught you at the very end there. I saw you shaking your head. What were you thinking?
Just, of course he has to time me, Like that last rep of mine, I was just not quite locked out. Maybe if I, did it the first time, I had enough time to get a 9th rep, but no telling, it's always the name of the game, No one's going to know what happens. But me and Bobby, we've been rivals for years, so of course I got to tie with him.
That's right. Why not just keep it going? The Tower of Power is different than your traditional deadlift. What are you doing back home to simulate this?
Like I knew from last year, we used a squat bar, and so I bought a squat bar to train on. It's more stiff than a traditional power bar, and of course a deadlift bar is super whippy. Maybe knowing again, testing it, like it's very unstable with how the weight is connected to the bar. I'm thinking maybe a heavy bamboo bar setup for next year for training it.
Cool. Thanks for the insight.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Heading into the rest of the weekend, we have a tie at the top. Bobby Thompson and Trey Mitchell both have 9.5 points. Mitchell Hooper will be happy with that as he sits in third with 8. Defending champion Alexei Novikov, solid start for him in 4th. And Tom Stoltman rounds out the top 5 with 4 more events remaining. 2 Americans are tied at the top. Trey Mitchell and Bobby Thompson conquer the Tower of Power. 4 more events remaining. Up next, a massive new implement worthy of the state of Texas. We're in for a Strongman thrill ride. The Rogue Coaster awaits. That's next time on the 2023 Rogue Invitational. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.